everyone! Welcome back to Nanjan TV! So this is another video about fish keeping. Wow! And we are gonna share to you. It's something new this time because for our past videos we have been sharing to you the things that you should do to set up a tank, or we've been sharing to you how to do this, what to do when this happens. So this time we are going to share to you the things that you should not do when you are fish keeping. Alright? Hey. So the list that we have is actually based on our own experience. So based on our mistakes, based on what happened, consciously or unconsciously or experimentally, and or risk and everything. So it's this 5 top things that you should not do when you are fish keeping. It's based from our own experience. Okay, so it might be a case-to-case basis. Some fish keeper might debunk this one, but it's fine. Maybe they have their own experience. But again, disclaimer, the list that we are going to share to you are based from our experience as fish keeper. So, without much further ado, let us move on to number 1. Never, ever in your whole life as a fish keeper to compromise your filtration. Never do that, guys. Okay? Goldfish keeper, fisher folks, I don't know how we call this one, hobbyist. Okay? Never compromise your filtration because, as they say, a good fish keeper is a good water keeper. Because your filtration is a root cause, or like if you have problems, or if there are disease or whatever it is on your fish, you should go back first to your filtration. Because not having a good filtration, it's like you're just giving so love on your fish, You're not giving everything on them. You're jeopardizing them. Yes, and we don't want that to our babies, right? That is why you have to have the best filtration system, okay? So invest on it. You buy a good filtration system. It might be kind of costly because for instance, in our filtration system, we have on our overhead filtration system, we have 5 different chambers, and you have to buy lava rocks, you have to buy like Japanese mat, you have to buy pebbles, so on and so forth. But if you have a good filtration system, then you will, in the long run, you will be able to save more because your fish will less likely to get sick. Yes, so that's number 1. Number 2 is to never overcrowd your aquarium. Yes, I know this is very hard to do because our ranchus are very cute, and we see in the market another cute ranchus, and we want to buy and buy and buy and buy, and sometimes we do not care about the proportion of the water is to the ranchu, right? But you have to avoid that. You should never do that because it might kill your fish. Yes. So get a grip of yourself on buying a lot of rancho if you have not so huge tank, or if you think that your tank is no longer capable of accepting new baby ranchus. Okay? Because guys, based from our experience, well, what happened on the video, 10 things that you need to set up a tank, if you notice, there were a lot of ranchus inside that tank. Our initial plan for that one was because we were repairing the tank on our backyard, and so we had to temporarily place the other ranchus in this tank. Alright? However, because we find them very, very cute and adorable and looking so happy, all of them in this tank. We kinda let it stay longer, you know, let the other ranchers stay longer on the tank because we thought that they were happy. Yeah. But then again, it was a mistake because the longer those ranchers, you know, the longer a lot of ranchers were staying in the aquarium, the more they actually got like diseases, like tail rot, so on and so forth. And unfortunately, we actually lost one rancher that time. And so we really blamed ourselves because we knew that it was wrong, but so we just fed, you know, the cuteness feeling, or you know, we see in them. So yeah, but again, it's our mistake, and I hope that you learn from our mistake so you do not need to do it. Just let us, just let our mistakes be that mistake, or something that you really learned from, because we really learned a lot from that. Alright, so we are on our third list of not to do when you are fish keeping. Never not settle. So funny because our top one is never settle for filtration. Okay, never not settle. What I mean by that is, you know, you will the longer that you stay or that you keep your fish, your everything will be better. You know, you will have a good filtration system, you will have beautiful fish, you will have good aquarium, everything will seem to be perfect, or everything at least will be perfect. But you know, there might be times that although they're perfect, although you know that you're giving them enough nutrients, that you're giving them the best food, you still want to do something about it. Like, can I change this? Or maybe should I change this? Or should I do this? Or should I do that? When you think that your fish are already healthy. You know? There's this group of fish keepers. Someone actually posted like, hey, this is my tank. What do you think of it? It looks very nice to me, but what do you think I can add on it? And people were thinking it's already perfect. You don't need to touch, or you don't need to do anything about it. Yeah. And I was also thinking the same thing. But I mean, it's her tank, so it is fine. But for us, I would really say that you should never not settle. When everything else is already perfect, when you found the best food for them, you found, you have a good filtration system, you have good treatments on them, or whatever, everything's perfect, you found the best fish for you, just let it be, okay? Just enjoy their beauty, enjoy feeding them, enjoy watching them, enjoy playing with them. So, I hope it makes sense, and I think I do, okay? So, I think, you understand what I mean? Yeah, so, when everything else is already pretty, then just let it be. Yeah, let it be. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is to never overfeed your fish. Never overfeed your babies. Okay? This is something that is also hard to do because you see them very happy when you feed them, right? Like, it's like they live for the food, you know? It's like it's the only thing that they're living for, or they're waking up in the morning, or they're looking forward to. It's the food. But you are the parent, and you should know what's best for them. And that's not to overfeed them, because when you keep on overfeeding them, so they will be bloated, the water will be bad. Well, unless you want to water change every day. Well, it's fine if you want to overfeed them because you want to join in a growth competition, or you want to maximize their growth. That's fine, so long as you maintain the good water. So you water change every now and then, you water change every day if that's possible. But if you do not have the luxury of the time to do so, then please do not overfeed your fish, okay? So I know, I feel you that sometimes they're like begging, Mama, feed me, mommy, feed me, daddy, feed me. Like, you just fed them, and then, you know, a few minutes later, they want to be feed again. So let's not do that. So what is overfeeding? So how long should you feed them anyway? So for us, we feed them when we are at home. We feed them morning, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, so they eat together with us. Or, I mean, they eat at the same time with us. So whenever we eat, we feed them. But if we are at work, we just feed them morning and night. So yeah, that's how we do it. And for the quantity of the pellets or of the food that you will feed them, you feed them the amount that they can consume in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, guys. Okay, so if you see a lot of pellets that are not consumed within 5 minutes, that means that that's too much. So next time, it will cloud the water, it will destroy the water, and then you have to change water. So you have, next time when you do so, then you have to estimate just enough for them to consume for 5 minutes. And you will be fine. Every meal that they will have, okay? And down to the last list, last part on our list, top 5. Never ever start fish keeping if you don't want to commit, because they are creatures and they are alive and they're living things. So you can't just throw them or flush them or give them away or whatever you want to do with them if you don't want them anymore. So same, you give them the same love that you give to other pets, to the dogs or cats or whatever. So if you do not have the time, if you can't invest good materials, or maybe most likely the time, because you can do DIYs and still give them you know, a good life. But yeah, if you don't have the time to clean the water, if you don't have the time to feed them, if you don't have the time to maybe play with them or, you know, enjoy with them, maybe just don't start, okay? Because it's a commitment. You should grow them. You should treat them as your babies, or maybe you should treat them as really fine creatures, and they need to be treated well. So if you just think that they're cute, I want to grow one, I want to do fish keeping because they're cute, but later on, months later or weeks later, then you don't want them anymore, you don't have space for them, so on and so forth, then I would suggest for you not to start in the first place. Okay? So I think those are all. Those are the top 5 things to never do, that you should never do, that you should not do when you're fish keeping, especially ranchu. Alright, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching Namjan TV, and see you on our next video for another fish keeping content. Bye!